All right. Hello. It is Jared here from Crypto Plan, and it is time to talk about Riot, MARA, Argo, Hive, all those blockchain miners out there that, while the cryptocurrency market was a sea of red, have been amazingly green today. And if not, you might even say Marathon Patent Group was a little bit parabolic today with a 23% day. So this is the reason why, and I think this is kind of, some people talk about, like the likes of Warren Buffett, that they don't diversify across everything. So they don't have something in every sector in the world. They kind of diversify or have a lot of bets within one sector or sectors they know. And there's one thing that I kind of saw the writing on the wall about, and that was that Bitcoin was going up. And then I looked around and I said, well, there's Bitcoin miners that you can invest in. So I think that they might go up, looking at things on a macro trend, so that if you've got all your eggs in one basket, as in everything in Bitcoin or everything in XRP, it's like your emotions are tied to that. When it goes up, you're really happy. When it goes down, you're really sad, or you're really kind of stressed out. When you have a little bit of a few cryptocurrencies, a couple of Bitcoin miners that perform well even when Bitcoin's going down, because over the weekend when Bitcoin was going up, there was a lot of people going, I've got to get a position in Riot, MARA, Argo, whatever you like, because I see the bullishness in Bitcoin. And then the other things that you'd be playing right now is maybe the commodities and, things that are also very scarce and will hedge your way through this economic crisis that may be coming up in the future because of all the money printing. So it's kind of like looking at what's going on in the world, I heard someone say the other day, where the wind is blowing, and the wind is blowing to this new financial world using blockchain, using cryptocurrency. So why not invest in companies that are investing in that technology? Simple as a blockchain miner is like, spend money for the cost of a computer, for the cost of electricity, mine some freshly minted Bitcoin and sell it on the open market, and the price of your thing is going up. You don't need to haggle with the market and say, oh, we want to sell it for more than that today. The market is telling you that they want to pay more for it tomorrow than they did yesterday, and continuing on and on in the future over the next year. So what a great position to be in from a business perspective, where, usually it's like you make something, someone else makes it, and the price gets driven down. But in this case, they're scarce commodities that these companies are digging out of the ground. So therefore, scarce commodities go up in value. So what a great place to be in. Bitcoin mining, and today has shown that even when cryptocurrencies go down, Bitcoin miners go up. And that's a great thing for people like me that have a diversified portfolio within the crypto space. So some stocks, some cryptocurrencies, and then maybe some commodities as well, which I'm starting to accumulate. Anyway, that was a bit of a spiel. I hope that you are well positioned and happy with your Riot, MARA, Argo Blockchain, Hive, Square, MicroStrategy, FRMO. Any stock that is kind of touching or around the cryptocurrency space has done okay today. Please like the video, please subscribe to the video if you're new to the channel, and click that notification bell if you want to see more of this content. I am going to get straight into the charts and have a look at where we're heading for Riot, MARA and Argo Blockchain. And maybe might do a little bit of analysis on Hive, because I've been not giving it any attention because I don't own any of it. But anyway, you can see here on Riot Blockchain, and we're on the 3-day chart. We had a nice little run, and let's just do that again. Nice little run there from March all the way to August. And then if we were just to repeat that again, I'll finish off this particular move. We have got a pretty solid target there of somewhere in the 20s. Now, I think that's kind of conservative. Even as early as the first week in January, I think we will be heading there if Bitcoin keeps showing us what we're showing, and even if not, because if the from where the price is at now, from what I understand about these Bitcoin miners, 10,000 US dollars a Bitcoin is about the kind of break-even price. Maybe a little bit more depending on their debt and whatever, but that's about the break-even price. So if it's anywhere near to 20k and above, and from what I hear, that they cannot actually mine enough to sell them because of the demand from hedge funds and Grayscale and all the people that want to buy them, because other people want to invest in Grayscale or hedge funds that are buying and selling Bitcoin. PayPal has to buy them to service their needs. Square has to buy them to service their needs. So there is a massive demand for these things and probably a waiting list to get them. So 20 is a conservative target. 23 is kind of that 70% retracement from the last bull market. So somewhere in the 20 to 23 range, I can see that it has been, from what I gather, underperforming compared to the way Bitcoin's performing, So Bitcoin's been going on a tear, and if we zoom in there, and I have to get rid of them. If we zoom in there and see that since Bitcoin went on a tear a couple of days ago, last week over the weekend, what have we done? Like, we've gone from 8 to 11. We've only gained about $3. Whereas if you go into Marathon Patent Group there, in the same kind of 3 or 4 day period, we've gone from $4 to $11. So there's a big difference there for some reason. Maybe people have lost faith in Riot. Maybe some of the news coming out about whatever, some of the stuff going on with the ex-owners or whatever is spooking people. But I think it's got catch up to play. I believe that Riot's a little bit more undervalued at the moment. Now, I'm not buying any. I'm actually selling some. It's gotten, my positions have gone up by over 300%. So I'm going, well, I'll take a little bit off the table because that was my exit plan or my crypto plan. So, and I've taken a little bit off my Argo. So going back to Riot, we are looking at a target of somewhere around the 20 range and as high as 23 range. I would even be as bullish to say within, the fortnight. And if these stimulus texts come out and people start FOMOing into these sort of things, you could easily see that this one double from where it is today in a very short period of time. Now, that would be super bullish, the 23 kind of mark. But that's what I'm seeing, and if we were to say, do that Fibonacci on this particular move, straight away there, we've got that 1690 level, which we're well on the way to that anyway, as in we're at the 2.618 mark of that anyway. So there's not much further to go to kind of double this move from March to August and get up to the 16, but I think we'll overextend that. That's just my prediction, not financial advice. I'm not telling anyone to buy or sell anything. I'm just trying to see where things are going because, like I say, 23 would be one of my another take profit marks, and then I think after 23 I'm just going to ride it to the moon. Marathon Patent Group. We have had a great day today, a great couple of days. So what did we have? 73, well, that's a 73% 3-day bar, but since 6 days, what have we had? Let's get over here. Since like the last 6 trading days, we've done 124%. And geez, my portfolio loves that because, it's the biggest holding I have, and it's great, So I think I've shed about 20% of my portfolio, maybe 25% of my portfolio since about here, and then a little bit more today. So I'm happy because I, am not completely taken out what my initial investment was, but pretty close to. And so now I can kind of really see what happens in these particular stocks. But we're not here to talk about my portfolio. We're here to talk about where we think that Marathon Patent Group is going. So if we kind of come down here and do our angular thing and see that based on what's going on here, we're looking pretty bullish. We're looking at reaching out towards the 23 mark, based on doubling this. And Marathon seems to do this. It kind of seems to really shoot for the moon a lot more than, say, Riot does, but then has the big, deeper retracement. So I believe that it's had a big retracement here. It's shot to the moon there, a big retracement, kind of consolidation, little shot consolidation, and then this next one is going to be the telling factor. And I don't think that 25 mark is too bullish at all. At all. I mean, it is getting to its 2018 highs, but I think that word on the street and the general consensus that Marathon Patent Group is the biggest publicly listed blockchain miner in North America. And that's for a reason. I think they have the most machines, or they're going to have the most machines, they're going to have the most power. So it'll be kind of an earnings battle. So once earnings comes over here and see who actually is getting closest to making a profit between Riot and Mara as to who will kind of win the race. But do you know what? It's good to be invested in both, because if one does well, the other one does well, one does more well, it doesn't matter. They're both kind of tit for tatting each other, which is great. Argo Blockchain. This thing is fighting and trying to break that 1550 mark. I'm going to go back to the daily chart for this one, and you can just see there. There's the last 3 trading days, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's in a fight, and it was the same here in the 11-10 mark, the 10 to 11 mark, up, down, and it shoots up. Now, I get it, like the London Stock Exchange doesn't have as many traders, as much volume, so it's not going to go as crazy as Marathon, for example. But I do feel that once it breaks this 17 pence mark, it will go and it will run, and that's why I've got these 49 pence targets up here. But let's just go. Let's just try and see if even like because the data's just it's not doing the same thing. But let's have a look here, and if we were to repeat that move, up, down, but probably in a different pattern. But, basically that's an upward trend. So a low, higher low, and then extension to another retracement. So let's call that 377%. And then if we were to, starting from here, head up and do another 377%. Yeah, so that gets us pretty much close to that 49 pence mark. So that's where I think we're heading once we break through this 1550 resistance, which is being a little bit of a pain in the butt. But I think because it's clear skies, it's price discovery, you're going to see some big candles printed in the next wee while. And that's just what happens because, the thing's moving up and no one knows where it's going, and everyone's jumping in and going, I want to be on that train. So let's get rid of that, and we will try that Fibonacci retracement all the way down to, oh geez, that's the wrong tool. Dun, dun, dun. And come on, Fibonacci. Yeah, let's try something like that, and just, yeah. So that's same deal again. It's getting us up around about there in the next reach up and extension. Then maybe we might see some consolidation, and then who knows what happens then. Like it's all dependent on what Bitcoin's doing. So because there's not as much historical data on Argo Blockchain, we just don't know. But I think that Fibonacci's telling us somewhere around the 43, maybe up to 49 there. That would be my kind of big target for scaling out a chunk of my position, and the rest of it I'd ride to the moon. you know, I like that target 49 pence, you know, and I mean, it would be lovely if you had £1, right? You know, like that's, you know, from buying in at, I think buying in at, for 5 pence there, you know, if I got to £1, geez, that would be a good return on the investment for sure. That's a 20xer, which is very good for any kind of pick. I have one bit of news about Argo Blockchain actually, and I'd read up, had some watch list articles come through. Core Scientific becomes publicly traded Argo Blockchain's newest hosting service partner. So basically, Argo Blockchain is using Core Scientific space to put their miners in North America, I guess because they get better electricity deals. So this is kind of good to see this Core Scientific, who is buying a lot of miners, and I think then they sell them or they service them or they're supporting the industry somehow, that Argo is kind of teaming up with these crew to actually do business better and reduce costs and maybe mine more and optimizing their hosting services and blah, blah, blah. Because I do remember in some press releases, Argo was saying, you know, they didn't mine as many the last month because of the algorithm or the block reward getting harder to crack the code or whatever it was. I'm sorry if I'm using the wrong language and people are cringing out there, but basically if you don't know about it, to get the block reward for the next block in the blockchain, you need to solve a puzzle, you need to solve a very complicated algorithm, and that's why they need all this computing power. And Argo Blockchain was saying because there's more miners in the world and everyone's buying more, it's hard to solve the problem, which is a thing to be aware of because, you know, I know that Riot's bought more, Mara's bought more, but if everyone's buying more, the problem's getting harder. So they may not, mine or mint as many as they do the last month, every month, month on month. So it could be a bit of a fluctuation, but let's just hope that they are always trying to improve and achieve better results in their mining processes. Anyway, this video is getting towards 17 minutes. I'm just quickly going to do some Hive blockchain analysis because people cry out for it. And it kind of looks like it's already headed there because you can see that it's kind of straight up and onwards. But what have we got? We've got this 2017. So we'll do the good old Fibonacci on the entire move. And so we're nearly at our all-time highs of, what is it, 678. So I don't think it's long to that, but I guess looking forward or forward-looking, we could potentially start looking, into this range of something in that, you never know, like if it gets to its all-time high mark there of 7, it is not going to be much further to be up to towards 10. Low market cap miner, people FOMOing in. Let's kind of just pick a few targets here and see what happens, because I'm not being a financial advisor. I am just being a guy that's taking a few stabs in the dark and saying, well, that's definitely one on the radar, that six mark, and that maybe this one is definitely on the radar long term. And if we get rid of that and we can go back to doing this particular thing over here where we just do that. So you can see it's already, from that move there, it's already extended. So, even if we kind of went from today, and I don't think that's the right way to do it, that's just a real guesstimation. We can only go from that all-time high really, and just kind of see that we've got the targets. We're on track. We're on our way to the 702. So we'll probably hit some resistance at 450. So let's put that one in there again. So we'll probably hit some resistance at 450, but once we break through 450, we are going to be fine. So like I say, I haven't looked at these charts that much, so these are really, really, really kind of guessy, and based on the bullishness of the market, I can see Hive getting towards that 450 mark very quickly. I can see seeing some resistance there because it'll be near the 702 retracement level. But then once it gets through that, your 690 is the next step, and then bang, you can just see these things double and then double again, you know. So that's 6 times 4, so another 400% up to that kind of 24 mark is not far away, you know, looking towards the next 6 months. Or halfway through the next year, that 24 mark is not out of reach as an extension, based on the fact that is bullish. Like that is so bullish. I mean, if we would just even grab that fractal and repeat, you know, and repeat this again. Jesus. Stop. Wrong tool. Need to grab the that one. So even if we were to, Jesus. Even if we were to just kind of keep doing that again, yeah, like look where that's getting us, you know, like that. This, you know, even if we were to kind of go sideways from here for a bit and copy the same fractal again, we're looking at that 14 mark pretty quickly. That is super bullish. It's super straight up, and you know, that's early next year. You're looking at that 15 mark. So these targets of 450, yep, within the next couple of weeks. 690 definitely, depending on Bitcoin, but then yeah, like 1 or 2 or 3 months into the year, we could see that $15 mark in Hive. So, you know, is it a buy? Sure, like why not? You know, I mean, especially if you see some red days on it, and you do see some consolidation now, because that's just that spring tightening for that next move. So it's definitely something. If, you know, I can't invest in it, my broker doesn't offer that, but something that you could be investing in for sure. So that's it for that. MicroStrategy is green, not fuel cell energy, and that's about it. MicroStrategy is green. Square ended up kind of flat for the day, but you know, you can see they've done a lot of growth, and this latest recent growth is blockchain related. But geez, Riot, MARA, Argo, Hive, they're all hot. And you know, geez, if you got in early, well done. And if you want to buy now, well, just be aware that they're probably not as undervalued as they were, let's say, a month or two ago. So just be careful, be cautious, and have a plan. Basically, have a plan. Hope that's given you some value. This one ended a little bit longer than I wanted, but I have kind of whacked in for a sort of mediumly deep analysis into the video. So I hope you all got value from that, and you could please like the videos if you got some value out of it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and click the notification bell if you want to see more of this sort of stuff. I've been Jared, and I'm Crypto Plan, and please have a plan and know where you're going with your investments, because they do not go up forever. I mean, just look at this, you know. So after the last bear market, you have lost a lot of your value. So, you know, this thing's going to go up, but it's going to go down again. So be aware of that, and invest with that in mind. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.